Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Survival. It's a new day. Let's open the gates. Our daily tradition. And yeah, we're going to check upon everything. So the chickens, the sheep and then the crops. Oh, and the trees, but I don't think the trees will be doing much at the moment. So yeah, they've started to acquire some more eggs, 215. Which actually is really significant because that's 103 kilograms. Wow, that is a heavy little stack. Anyway, next up we have the sheep. Let's take a look at them. Right, so they have 131 litres, 493 kilograms. So it's still a very significant amount, even though it doesn't look like too much. All the grass is fully grown and 100% fertilised. But unfortunately, I didn't roll this. We will do in the future when we can get a roller. And the barley is probably one stage off ripe. And that is also 100% fertilised, so it's all looking good, and it did not get rolled. So we just need to invest in some rollers in the future, and then we can really maximise our profits, but it's going to be pretty good anyway. As for the saplings, yep, they're just sitting here. It'll be a number of months before we see progress. So, what shall we do? I think mowing. It would make sense, since that is the only thing we can do. Yes, we've got a good crop of grass there. So, yes, we don't own a mower just yet. We're going to have to rent it. But that's alright. I'm going to have to get these two liquid fertiliser IBCs out of here. They should be right under the tree. If we had a front loader, we could take them out nicely. At the moment, we have to just tip them out. And we do still have 269 litres of wheat in the trailer. So we should hopefully be able to fit this into their trough. Because I really don't want to be transporting their food around. We'll need the trailer for other things. There you go, chickens. Oh, just 94 litres left. Okay, well, I think it'll be able to stay in there for today. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Let's just spin round. And we'll head over to the store to pick up the mower. I can't remember how much it cost, but I don't think it was that expensive. We might even be able to buy it, actually. Because it's going to be used quite a lot. It's going to be used every single time we need to get some grass for the sheep. And if we start to do silage and things like that, then we'll need it then as well. So let's take a look. Mowers. And, yes, it's only £1,200. But we can have some extras. We can reconfigure it. Manufacturer. It's quite nice that it does that, but it does cost £250 more. Right, shafts, yes. Safety is important, so I think we'll go with this one. Belt pulley, type 1 or type 2. What am I looking at here? Well, something's changing. I'm not seeing it though. I'm guessing type 2 is better because it's £50 more. Well, we'll go with type 2. Splitter. I think we'll be alright. Attaches, trailer hitch. Yes, so that would be good. I'm guessing that's also why you can have the PTO attachment. It's something we can add in the future, but for now, we'll go without. As for the colour, we can have various shades of yellow. I'll just go with this one. It's fine. And main colour. Oh, very fancy. That looks quite modern. Oh, that looks good. I like that. Let's go with that. So it's £1,250. Which to me seems pretty reasonable. We will have to get some other equipment as well, of course. It would be good to have a windrower, and then we'll need the trailer, the baler, and all that sort of stuff. So this is, I think, all going to be for the sheep. The sheep already do have quite a lot of bales, so we may sell some, but I think we probably will keep them, because then we can keep a load of grass for the future, and then hopefully fairly soon, when we cut that grass again, we can do silage, and that'll be to sell for a good profit. There it is. We will have to keep renting things like the baler though, because we just don't have the money, and I am trying to save up for a bigger tractor. We really could do with a bigger tractor. But something like the mower, it makes perfect sense to buy it. Careful, dear. We're home. So this will be a pretty quick job, and that mower has got a fairly significant working width. It's pretty big. Nice finger bar mower. Or sickle bar. And yes, I have just accidentally crushed that crop. That's so annoying. Must keep out of there. As for this box of tricks, I think we'll be keeping it for now, because if we want to put some more trees in, then we already have it, and we can sell it at some point. But until we know for sure that we've finished with the trees, I think it's going to be wise to keep it, because it costs a lot to get it again, to rebuy it. Almost finished. I've just installed several different windrows. So, well, there's two actually which I've picked out. I would like to buy them, but then I have to guarantee that we've got enough money for the baler and the trailer, because they will have to be rented. So I think maybe this time we'll rent it. It should be very cheap, because one of them was only £1,100 to buy. So, I don't know what that would be, £90 to rent. Let's take a look. Let's go to windrows. Here we go. Yes, 1,100 for this one, 1,800 for this one. That one's 3 meters. That one is 2.1 meters. So it sounds like they are priced about right. But since it's a fairly small plot, this one makes sense. So yeah, how much is that to lease? £56. Okay. Well, at that price, that's £91. Ah dear. At that price, it does seem worth it going for the bigger one. I was going to go with the smaller one, but then I've done one of my U-turns. Let's pop this away in the shed. Add it to the collection. And I don't think I had one already. If we did, we have two. But I did have a quick look around. Oh, don't do that. Yes, let's just really quickly guarantee that I didn't have one. Good. Okay, so windrower, and then finally we'll have to rent the baler coming through, and also, that was very rude, the baler and the trailer. This was the heavier one of the two. It actually weighs 300 and something kilograms. I think this tractor will be fine, because that's not super heavy, but it does sound heavier than what it looks like. It looks pretty small and light, but yeah, over 300 kilograms, that's pretty heavy really for this, because well, if you look at it, it's just a small frame made out of pipe and 4 wheels. Please do forgive my very non-technical description of this implement. I'm sure that our neighbour's stack of bales is getting bigger, or maybe it's just because of the tree growing out of it. Yeah, it looks like they don't move those bales very often. Let's go up here. One day, we may own that land. This property next to us on the right makes sense as our next property to buy. I'm guessing it includes that field. We are a long way from buying it, but... oh no, it doesn't include it, so it's just the yard at 15,000, that's cheap. And then 27 for this field. Not bad, yeah, we'll definitely be getting that at some point. Anyway, we must focus on what we're doing today, so let's put that down. And it looks like we can do this at quite some speed. Wow, 9 miles per hour. Now going back 2 weeks, where we had that contract and we got paid for the grain, I'm told that I was actually taking it to the wrong sell point. Now this was extremely confusing because the minimap, I was following the minimap and the icon showed I was in the correct place. And I've heard from other people and they've said that they've also made the same mistake. But actually I think the icon was just showing us the building or the actual business which was purchasing the grain. But that business had 2 sell points. I haven't been back over there to check, but yes, it's true. You see, I was it's all one building. I was taking it to this side of the building, which is where the icon was. It was actually over there. But because it is the same property, it was just putting it there, even though we should have been bringing it to here. So next time, I will make sure I double check that. Have to read the name of the business or the sell point, which is actually taking it, because that's the grain mill, and we were taking it to Miltrans, so I think it's an extremely easy mistake to make, but I won't make it again. Right, it's back to the field. That's made a fairly decent sized swath. What a good windrower. We'll probably have to buy this one in the future. In fact, there's going to be very few windrows that we're going to have to drive down with the baler. It's really bringing them across. Now, I know I'm at the moment driving through trees. I will obviously not do this when they're getting bigger. Not that I'll have a choice, because they will have a collision on them. But that is the only problem with this field. I think I'll have to work it the other way. Instead of up and down, I'm going to have to go across. But let's get this finished, and then we can return this and we can get the baler and the trailer. Now this will be very interesting. Will we be able to bale going uphill? This grass field is not quite as steep as the arable field, which is where we did have issues. So I'm quite hopeful that we're going to be able to do this up and down. It's a bit steeper on that side. And I do still have the windrower, just because I noticed that the swaths are still quite wide, and there's a possibility that we'll have to swath them again. Because this may not pick it all up and I might need to neaten it. Yeah, it's still too wide. I could have made it tighter just by driving closer. But look at those bales there, piling off the back like a conveyor belt. Have I got this set up wrong? I think I have. I haven't got it enabled. It does help. Right, there we go. I did wonder why one fell off, because they don't fall off when they're automatically stacking. Okay, here's a good test. This is probably the steepest part. It seems good. Yeah, that's fine. I think if we just pass close to these other bales, it should pick them up. quite a few. Will it pick it up? It will. Lovely. There's one over there too. We'll have to go up and down a few times anyway, just to make sure we've got all the grass. I want to leave this field nice and neat. There's a piece there as well. Not the most manoeuvrable setup, so we'll have to approach from various angles. But already 21 bales. It's impressive. If you do turn too tight, it takes all the bales out the baler. But that's fine. Okay, here comes the next deluge. Piling off the back. And now for the final bit before I have to go and pick up a few odd bits. Looking good. Right, yes, so we've got a little bit just there, and a bit at the top, and then I think we're done. It's at least 42 bales, I would say. Come on, tractor, you can tell it's getting heavier. All those bales on the back, but that is super impressive. At least 42 bales. Come on, you can make it. I don't think there's enough to get the final bale anyway, but we can try. Good grief, we need four-wheel drive. It's just chewing up the fields. Okay. Let's get it. Oh, so close, come on. We're going backwards. Not good. Yeah, it's not enough to get that final bale, but it doesn't matter. There's not much in each bale. Yeah, if I turn super tight, maybe I can get the one out of the baler. Probably asking a lot, but yeah, okay, so it wasn't at least 42, it was at least 41, and it is 41. So I need to unload these, and unfortunately we're going to have to start them by hand. It's the only thing that we can do, but I can get them a bit closer than that. I think I'll put them against the door, sort of thing. Yes, just swing around a bit. Yes, that'll make it easier, because they're going just inside this door. Lovely. Okay, well, the baler is going to have to be returned. We can return it from here. Everything needs to be returned. Okay, that's good. Expensive for the work that we did there, but how much would it have cost to buy 41 bales? I'm not too sure. We've got our straw, and we do have a depleting supply of grass, but that's soon going to change. The sheep may want some of these. I will certainly offer them some. Well, I've been beavering away in here, and I think that is going to be good enough. We do still have 4 outside, so they can go over to the sheep. Yeah, we'll throw them in the trailer instead of walking over there, because it soon adds up, going backwards and forwards 4 times. They're close, but they're not that close. Okay, good. So that is a really good stockpile. That'll be enough grass to last us ages. And I really hope next time we cut that it's going to be silage. But of course, this does come down to a few different things. We need to be able to get a bale which can be wrapped. We need a wrapper, a vintage one. So yes, it's not guaranteed, that's for sure. And it looks like that's full, so they can just stay there. Let's just check upon the sheep. It's all looking pretty good, even water's good. As for the chickens, likewise pretty good. So I'm really happy with all that. It's all looking very promising. I think that is all there is to do today. We'll rest between this episode and the next episode, and hopefully that field over there will be ready to harvest. Also, the timing will be very good because the chickens will have consumed more feed, and I should be able to empty this 94 litres of wheat that we have in the back here into their trough. And then that will make it available, the trailer available for that field, and we can feed the chickens with our own grain. No more spending £1,500 on a bag, which is super expensive. So depending on which way you look at it, the eggs will be free, but they're doing pretty well. They seem happy, and so do the sheep. So, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.